we're live. And yes, you are here. Look at that. And I need a light. There we go. Alright, so Lucky might be joining us later. So let's see what we got. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Let's see what goes down. Welcome back, and may I congratulate you on Luke Lamott's victory in the Rite of Succession. It is our great honor to host the comrades of our future Dawn servant. Such a grand journey has doubtless left you fatigued. Please relax and enjoy your stay. Sometime later. Who's at the door? Surprised to see me? I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? Properly thanked you. Go on. That my sister was able to realize her potential is a testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. You did all the work. I was just more support. My primary business in calling is to deliver a message from Lamati. As you well know, after Ascension to ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept a post within her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lamati or not is up to you. That is all. If you'll excuse me. You have become someone irreplaceable to her. As her brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. But believe me when I say that I hope you will stay by her side. We'll see about that. I'd rather not, but anyway. And thus it arrived. The day of the Dawn Servant Ascension ceremony. That's the most people they've ever put in the game, I think, in one.
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawn servants.
It's starting.
Yes, we can read your chat.
Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The head of reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least.
People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the City of Gold. My daughter, Wook Lamat. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors.
It's the Lion Queen.
And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the Moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. And in Kozamauka, I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered.
You only found out today.
I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Bibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolol I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness!
Lame.
I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Yeah.
And she breaks both her legs.
My father led Tulihyolol to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads.
Knees explode.
But my one head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona?
Mamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tulihyolol prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less. For ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister, to give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud. Of course you knew. It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
Ah, so the other head's dead.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease. And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
Luke Lamont was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising. Between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tuliolol is bright indeed. Alright. Yeah. It's complete. Earlier in Yachtel,
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Then he gets murdered. How did I know? To the jazzy town music. Lamont has truly come to her own, has she not? Indeed. Even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe that she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Lamont secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tuliolal will prosper under their care. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. Still like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamati. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Oh, don't worry about that. However you say it, I know it'll be with love. If we do mispronounce it, please correct us, but it would be my honor to call you Lamati. Mine as well. Indeed, consider us your Orzing cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. The Orzian cousins. A little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. I think I'm gonna be sick. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Of course, we'll keep ourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Magnarmus? Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk, then. Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Auntie's Tacos. And not just for a snack, I promise. Bukevu and Mablu should be there. Alright. Bear with me to... I just jump down? Oh, yes I can. Legs! Servant Luke Lamont, words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities, I'm still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forego formalities. But I cannot, you're a Dawn Servant. Too disrespectful it is to address you without your due title. As Dawn Servant, I'm ordering you not to bother with formalities. Right then, I won't bother anymore. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Luke Lamont become Dawn Servant, Magnarmus. Political opinions in our community may be divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. A wonderful plan, no? First big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, as long as I'm not being persuaded to buy too much. It's so good to see you all again. I wanted to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of the reeds and the feet of gold were my first true tests as a claimant. If not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tuliolal has to offer. In Dawntrail, for instance. As always, you must observe proper etiquette. I'd be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor, and I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ihihana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. I've made a name for myself as a merchant. I'll come by the palace and tell you about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. I've been personally attending your alpaca's care. Here we hope to see you at the ranch again. Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Luke Lamont will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Fontaine around here, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears? I saw a man matching that description only by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy, in the companies of a Moblin and a pair of Yakui, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, I got it. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. This music makes me think of like the old Chips Ahoy commercials. That's what it is. Dawn Servant Magnarmus, you will honor us with your presence? Thank you for coming. Everyone, I know the journey to Tuliolal isn't a short one. Long road worth the travel to congratulate new Dawn Servant. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow. But we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be his offerings to the future he envisioned. Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come in mass, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, Magnarmus. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine the latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you'll remember. Yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. My journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the feet of Potts, the feet of Proof, and the feet of Ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that's what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tuliolal I want for you all. I promise you this, as Dawn Servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits and Kazuma Uka in the Yahui of Tirwager Saltern. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Tirwager come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium. While not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Yeah, well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficiency of such determination. Thanks to the Moblin's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperations between Helphands and Potsworn is the very spirit of healthy pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see. Should we take our leave? Let's try to find Hunmu Ruark. Is the Rex? I believe I saw him on the sands below. The Gleam Sands? Thank you. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. Her real dad that we met along the way. My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. Oh no, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wook Lamont. More than just, I'd say. You have grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so, but big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew. I imagine they would say that it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman that you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the by, have you seen Ketamram anywhere? Or Tanqua, that is? Ketamram, was it? A strong name, of a bit exotic. We'll call upon him before leaving Mamook, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assume he required time to salve his injured pride. Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. As for Tanqua, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home, and come and visit us any time. Alright, I think I found everyone I could find. Let's return to the others in the wing to walk. Let's go find Cryo. Welcome back. I hope you didn't rush it on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
Finally voiced.
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course, but should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see. An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no?
Where I wanted to go all along.
I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tuliyolal as well.
By all means, your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
That's the plan.
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
Alright, where's the twist? I don't know what's... I was expecting something to attack during the ceremony or something. Almost too happy. Almost too happy, and there's 48 quests left in this expansion. Past these gates and over the bridges lies Dawntrail. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me, I'm afraid of traveling with our new Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Meanwhile, in the depths of Skydeep Sanook, he didn't get all the things. Isn't he missing, like, the last one? No. Where'd he get the last one from? This is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father made me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt, petitioning the study of this place. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. Or so we thought, until the right's objective became the City of Gold. To think that Unqual would be entrusted with its safekeeping. Had I known a doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Oh, so... great power sleeps here, and with it, you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, yet the new Dawn servants succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne will be no easy task. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There's no need for worry. I've liberated the key from the Dawn servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. You will gain all you were denied. The right your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you were destined to be. It's working. Is some there? Can you hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. And you are the guardian of the city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Alright. Evil laughter? Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. He wants to take over the world! Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Promise, why? Betrayal. Useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me to a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange... What in exchange? Well, there's the twist. The expected twist. Ready to get underway? Then present your travel pass to the guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Dawntrail is a wonder in its own right. The gate is barred and to all save those with express permission from the Dawn servants. Here you go. And by Val Lamont herself. Oh, my apologies, sir, if you would wait here for just a moment. The cool looking helmet. Leaving South America, entering North America. Yeah, it reminds me of that a little bit too.
Shall we then?
Yes, we shall. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Let's go.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shitonatam. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona's supporters hurtled on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel, each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Welcome to the Old West.
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
We got buffalo-ish things. Buffalo-like creatures. Coach on Rorak? Great, so this one will, if one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. The Rani have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked than otherwise disagreeable, picking out the few fit for Renton's proven bothersome work. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either, but much has changed since last I was here. Not the best to start to our journey? Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir, as well-traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronic that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife have been showing signs of aggression too. The merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Ronic for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. But the Ronic, Aaronville, the Ronic. Whatever gets us where we're going faster. Even if you left now, waiting for a Ronic could be faster than walking, and safer besides. You'll be back on the road before you know it, I promise. And there we have it. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. You're heading to Usatawi? Then I'll have a man bring the Ronic over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? Hey, look, I could have just drove all along, guys. Look how the motorcycle leans now. Fantastic. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
west.
Hey!
Oh, we got
Now,
trouble
hold
at the
on a
saloon.
minute.
Some sort of trouble.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the Deputy Chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat?
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along, and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey!
What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
I should have leveled machinist
you do
for
that.
this.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I have the perfect outfit for this place on my machinist.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yassulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
One wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
I can at least do this. Is it? Have it? I'll be right back. After I get this. You want that crystal? Yeah, costume change. I gotta fix this. Gotta live up to the area. Where is it? There it is. Change this one up. That we want. No slugs. Alright, let's go. Back to Shalani. No sooner did we set out than we'd run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dustwatch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shalani rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was simply the way to settle the differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dustwatch was likely established by supporters of Akona, preferring peace by being enforced through the formal rule of law. Reasonable stance, all things considered, if things were ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zaraj's authority. All of which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. I'd like to think that the stableman has arrived with the Runique by now. So go ahead to check. If you will have a look around, then be my guest. And find us when you've had your fill. Alright. Wait, hold up. Better right. Okay, what do we need? As far as horses go. Live up to the area. There we go. A friend, I take it? Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Runique. This is why I have to ask that you stop at Shenawezi Springs. That's fine, of course. But why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Naka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right, then, be ready to set off. I'll see you on your way. Ready then, settle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you the directions. I think my horse was better. It's your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how Shalani has changed. The town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. A few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers must than the pallet tenders. Not just for water in their stems, mind. Their fruits also said to be both nutritious and delicious. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with cerulean. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wandered too close. The Wallachie, meanwhile, show great reverence to cerulean and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. Good thing for this Runique. So, no sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Runique. And then... This is Cheshinawezi Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Shalani. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Husatawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tyrol. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her an easy to spot. To attune to these, right? I'll just ride my horse around town. I'm going to also do this. Found her. Yes, I'm Leate, and who might you be? He is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is! Aaronville, yes. Man grown, you were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Oh, this is Leate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown, Elena Chapelle. I know what now? Alright. I was born a Linishpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Vieira conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out nevertheless. I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see... Yeah, that person again. Not even attempting that. He's the finest archer I know. Linishpia's mother and mentor. Every time I dropped by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast, prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressed with the bow too. You're impressive with the bow too, Leate. Even among the Chitona. Well, I couldn't compare to Kachiua? But her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. It was what earned her a place among the Galul Jaja's traveling companions, after all. She was always an inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tyrol lit a fire in her. Even after a Linishpia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Yeah, please. But we're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy. A ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing, oh, she'll be thrilled. Eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Chiwa. Help! I need help! What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Luke Lamont's nursemaid. Aaronville, Magnarmus. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh yeah? Hold on. Did he say this is Luke Lamont's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Anything good's to the boss. We'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. Alright, guess I'll deal with this lot. Going after Namika. This lot I leave to you. You bastard, I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Oh, but first, check out this sword. We can deal with him later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Ooh, alright, one of you has a sword as well. Let me show you something cool. Ready? Let's use some of these new skills. Oh, he didn't like that. Wrecked them both. I'm actually going to stay with it. Had enough fun. I had enough fun with the cowboy outfit. Go with this outfit. I'll stay on a horse. Yeah, still using Ponyta. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea where they're headed. You said they stole something from you? A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Luke Lamont. I see. Close as you two were, I could only imagine how much it meant to you. What brings you all this way? With the right of succession ended, Luke Lamont crowned the next Dawn servant. She is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much in my plans to return home to Yusilani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know. I wanted to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve. Now it's gone. I would let them take every coin in my name if only they had left me that bracelet. Would ask that what you intend to do, but I know that look. Oh, we're getting that bracelet back. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Oh, I'm putting them in harm's way, don't worry. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Magnomus will make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well. Be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Luke Lamont put so much faith in you both. Before saying anything else, let's see her back to Cheshawanazi Springs. She'll be safer in town. With Liate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Right back. Told me what happened. You needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. The bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care if they knew. Makes me sick. But at least she's safe, and I know you'll see it set things right. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. Well, I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Luke Lamont. This must be mindful of how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing. The rest we can leave to the Dust Watch. Well, now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong, are you? May have saved the star on one occasion. You saved the star, a bold claim to make, but if it's true, that certainly speaks of your strength. If your curiosity has been seated, then please indulge mine. If there's anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tonatinoy to the southeast, to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits. Not to mention the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. To be investigating the place, I can let the Dust Watch know, if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. It's something I'd like to ascertain. If you no objections? The Dust Watch might be in on this. Right, let's be off. It's like any Western movie. The Dust Watch is in on this. Seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. What The Mad Max is going on here now. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? Question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Shackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. You here. Lean and listen, you begin to pick up the voices in the muffled chatter. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shuffling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. And we got a boss who can keep the Dustwatch off our backs. Ha! Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them stained souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? Me and do it. That's right, you forget I exist. I stand at this point. Wait a minute, did I just hear what I thought I heard? Yes, I did. They say now. Get me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Oh, someone needs rescued in here. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you a frickin' nod. Bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on any inside. Who this? As you lean in to listen, you hear some voices. Yep. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Here, take a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? But it's made by a famous artisan. You idiot, how are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Tell it for a song. Here, your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss, thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. Be able to learn anything? Your leader is a man of the Dustwatch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems that we have a work cut for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zakawa. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? You say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture? Their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Kusatawi, we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though. He's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. Storm their hideout, I can take them. The direct approach may have served you well in the past, but it won't suffice here. Wihuwete is deputy chief of the Dustwatch. He could claim we're the criminals in all this, and no few people would believe him. I might have a plan. There's small settlements to the southeast of here. They would now Yawasawa. Yawasa? Yeah. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. And they're just like throwing a whole bunch of syllables together. Make up shit for names here. Gosh. We're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict. It won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. For that, we'll avail ourselves of the dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the Yakiva to the bandit's hideout, flushing out the Vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask that you collect the excrement. While you see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. Oh great, I gotta go collect shit of some creature. Before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches. See them filled, and I will handle the rest. Here I am in the Old West, collecting shit. Yeah, this quest is shitty. Yes, it's those. Alright, I'm collecting pterodactyl shit. Okay. finished already, are we? There you go. Excellent. This will do nicely. What's left is to mix the feces with tumbleflaw fibers, dried nopala tender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tatanoi. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. Fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I'll keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Stand at the bonfire near the middle of town. The Yaka... Yeah, that. The pterodactyls will come. What's that smell? Oh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? It wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Don't want to explain that ungodly stench to me. He's got the bracelet. It's over there. No. What in the world? Run for your lives! The smoke's what drew him here, I swear, when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. What's going on out there? Still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight, we'll be back for you. Get me out of here now, they're gonna kill me! I'm begging you, please. They'll hear you. Shit, who was that? Hey, are you gonna help me or what? Bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. I know who has it, at least. All that effort, and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the Vulture. Need to apologize, we're planning to save you eventually. Really? I don't even know who you are. You're secret admirers of mine or something? Just having fun with you. But I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? One and the same. When he's not masquerading as the gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now too. We can go together. I've got a score to settle with him myself. I doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so these bandits, the Tatanawi, they're called the Daybreakers. And it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. With a duel. See, by the old laws, anyone who loses a duel must be held accountable for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did every time. But before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. And about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed up and he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends. You know, Quicana and Lewine. We all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. He accepted. I still remembered how he gloated that he'd win. When the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bails at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends are from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. Until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out the town, then the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help? Are they all working for the Vulture, then? Not all of them. The Sheriff Kameka, he's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chief's, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if we knows where this vulture keeps its spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? What it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. Plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Shishinawezi Springs. Guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. I'm in the same end as Frank. Good, you're here. This is where he hides the loot. I'll expect he'll show up soon. Oh, well, look who it is. Throwing stolen goods here seems risky. I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yes, he moves the spoils in the cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tulialal, where they're sold off. He stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business. Given the provenance of the piece, no, I wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight until he's got a coin in hand. I wasn't so sure what to make after Usatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Oh well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The Vulture's a slippery bastard. If you're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here, over to Usatawi. Would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that will expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Uji's carrying the bracelet. But regardless, it'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply be feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wiggle out like before. Every man, woman, and child of the Wilds understands the importance of duels in the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. Wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we're using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose. That'll be the end of the Vulture. The plan is not without flaws. What do you think? They'll let him have his duel. Thanks. I sure was lucky running into the two of you. You won't regret this, I promise. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. But I want to kick his ass. I was seen in Onatanawi. It was probably best I stay and search the barrels. And you're with me. The Vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. If he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to the Usatawi. Once you've got the Vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright, then let's get to it. Pterodactyls were likely that Shatona was doing. What's his name? And there's the brat. Last time I dealt with him. I'm gonna slash poke him. What's this? An unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you new to the Dust Watch, sir? Probably tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. I see, so desperate was he to see his friends from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. My sincerest thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Alright, let's go, buddy. Right this way, sir. We got a quest down this way. Nothing bad will happen to you, I swear. Instating. It's the place, I don't see him. Just a little further. Hey, very well, lead on. Let's go. How about we just push him into a fire? Take the bracelet off his corpse. One of these bombs. This is the way. Is this the place then? Alright, I'm still learning my way around. Is some sort of joke to you? Of all the let's keep moving. This better be the place. Ah, now I remember. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. So please do. Let's go. There it is. All right, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Zakawi? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it. I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey, Hute, you looking for me? If you want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you. It's high noon.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shishanuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
Yep.
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
Sorry, sir, but you have it. You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Wuhute?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Wuhute, I challenge you to a duel.
Dance battle.
The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? Huh. A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Oh yes, the tumbleweed. Have to do the tumbleweed. How could we not do the tumbleweed? What the hell is that?
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Wuhute drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Wuhute had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakua? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuk Lamot's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
He does. It ended up being rather far more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Big ass about his voice. Alright. Now that we've had the bracelet, let us return to Shishinoizi Springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Shoot fast! Mr. Gotta shoot fast. Probably doing a terrible impersonation, but oh well. My bracelet, thank you so much. It's more than just a gift, it's a part of me I can never hope to replace. Truly, Wuk Lamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandit's leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are, the real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like to meet my two best friends, Quikana and Luween. If it wasn't for you believing in Zakoa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wihute put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zakoa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad we was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Fortunately, our group is smaller now and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dustwatch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day, so no one will ever get the better of us ever again, isn't that right? You'll teach us how to draw your pistols so fast, won't you? Well, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. On the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days, I'll be sure to repay it. On that, you have my word. Until we meet again. Right. Yep. Go on. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. I'll be here a while yet, though. Do let me know if there is a way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended, didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake. It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you can speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. A trolley. Ooh, perfect. Last time we were in a desert town, they tried a trolley. Think of the trolley it can push. It seems people aren't too happy about the train delays.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
There they are. That's them, the two volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Of course they look like them.
Something the matter?
Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first. Come on, no time to waste.
Though no small number live in Shaloni, I must confess that I've never visited the home of the Hetsaro. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. Let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way. Let's be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot. You can see it. You can still see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head-end myself. Though if you peek through the windows, you can probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering, Shinza. Thanks to these two, we finally got some real work to do, so let's get to it. Shinza talking. We'll see you later. Alright. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way after all. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. Watsonson should be northeast of here. Let's continue on. There you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Metawahetson. But I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does their land. Now they're Aetherytes. Such a lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Shishino-Wezi Springs. Waters nearby are just as pristine. A paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Puato, Chief of Metawahetson, and this is my son, Shepetto. pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the warm welcome, and apologies for our sudden intrusion. I am Walika, Station Master of Dawntrail Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Magnarmus and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have the most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of fair winds blown from a distant shore, though I know not where. I gather you're not from these lands. Hail from Eorzea. Really? I'd love to know more of you and the lands you've seen. I'm told your people hold your traditions in the highest. Yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso in particular have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, the Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason, I believe, we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see, that word Hetso, it means leader of souls in the Hetsaru tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hetsaru. Here we look to the Runny for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of Aetherites, while we are committed to our traditions, there does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that people that give us pause. We will furnish you with the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not receive guests from such a long way, and my son is always delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me. Speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. Vernique have made the potential danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Huasali mentioned that. You know what has caused this? We have our suspicions, since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum. Shalani has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Vernique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject the outside influence or innovations, but in this, we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hetsaru, but all of Shalani. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valcona. Valcona, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently, how should I put this? Hard-headed and aloof, he values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. But mind your tongue, Geppetto. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he's not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed him for the better. So in the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes? Ignoramus fought beside Valcona in the Rite of Secession. I'd take his word over rumors. You took part in the Rite of Succession? You're that close to the Dawn Servants? I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I had recruited bona fide hero. The succession of Dawn Servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Valcona for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we can speak. As for your timber, we freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Runique foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad. And if needs be, we seek Valcona's counsel. My thanks again for your time in the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. Another quest completed. More than enough timber to fix the ties. We need to transport it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands and a Runique? I won't be long. I'm glad that went well. Thankfully, it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Let's see, level 669. Get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Got a box. Frank also has a box. I should think this will be enough. It was mighty kind of you to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. Alright, trolley crew, let's go. We'll see to the rest. Once we repair the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? As much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. I'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid. You'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and a few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. Hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. Need a week we'll be driving. No engineer compares to her. It's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shinta. And we've still got more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shalani you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. Had your fill of the sights, but they appear to have almost finished. Alright, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Let's watch this.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
What is a train but a massive trolley?
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Thrall. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yassolani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yassolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Not another one!
You can't be serious.
Gods have mercy.
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train! Nitobekwe and the others!
My home lies that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
What was that? Well, guys, I don't think we're in Texas anymore.
What in the world? Are they heading for Tuliolal?
Need to get back right away.
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone!
What the?
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me! Please! Oh! Oh!
Bastard!
What did it just do?
Thank you.
Save the thanks. Just get to safety. I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace. Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bakujaja.
Underdome reference.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to taste my blade next?
That you should still live.
Zoralcha?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
This is your butchery, isn't it?
Looks like the Arbiter from Halo 2.
After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tuli Yolal and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
Let me fight him.
No.
Get in this right now.
My ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve. This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No! His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Ozoralja is strong. He has never been Father's equal in combat.
Oh, no, 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 no. He is going to kill his dad.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Oh, I should jump in there. Me kill him.
Farewell, Sorolja, my son. And forgive me.
And here's the turnaround. Back up.
What?
How?
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Knew it.
Papa?
No!
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title. Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then will you be his worthy successor?
Sriracha, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
Star Wars reference.
Choose your next steps wisely.
Yes, you should make the Star Wars reference. Nope, the healing didn't work. Name. Strike me down and take your father's. No, Papa didn't die. He can't. Alright, I'm level 97. Time to go beat his ass. Alright, I think this is where we'll call it for the day. Yeah, with everyone looking depressed with no music. Yep, 9 o'clock. So, we will continue this on Thursday. It's just awkward place to end it. Oh, the jazz is gone? Is the jazz gone? Very depressing. Alright. Yeah, the jazz is gone. Alright. Catch you guys later. Have a good one.